Hey everybody, welcome back to Plum Figgy. This is Tammy. Alright, so I want to kind of share my latest obsession with you. What I've been doing kind of in the background. I mentioned in the last couple videos, maybe more, that I've been doing a lot of crafting on the couch, paper crafting, junk journaling. You know, this is my, I don't want to say compromise. This is a way for me to continue to do the things that I love, but still spend time with my boyfriend. I found that I've really been enjoying it, to be honest with you. The main problem with that, though, is I've always said I wanted to keep and maintain everything that I use for junk journaling or just whatever crafting that I'm doing, even if it's watercolor or whatever, in one room in my house, which basically is back half of my basement right now. And so now it's kind of migrating. But I have to make sure that I keep it, well, anyway, I'm going on a tangent. That you can obviously tell it's something that I've been thinking about because it's top of my mind. So, but anyway, I wanted to share with you some of these journals that I've kind of been making and trying to decide if I want to sell them or not, to be honest with you, because I've really been enjoying them. They're not 100% perfect, but I think they're a lot of fun. Really inspired by Meg at Meg's Journals here on YouTube. I'll link her channel below. And actually, I'll probably find... no, I'll just link her channel. And if you want to find the way that she's taught how to make these accordion style journals, she's got some really good tutorials on that. But today, I just kind of want to walk you through some of the ones that I've made. So these are accordion style journals, and then this one is a little different. I don't know, should we start with this one? Yeah, let's start with this one. So basically what I've been doing is I love buying like the Country Living magazine. This one's Country Living Vintage. The images are amazing. I absolutely love them. They're just gorgeous, and I want to like not just have the magazine and flip through the magazine, because I feel like, honestly, for me, they're amazing in the magazines, but it's kind of lost on me at that point. They're not as special anymore because they're all there. There's so many amazing images. So I was like, I kind of want to take those and use them to make junk journals with. So that's what I did here. So this one is very tall. Here, actually, let me pull you up there so you can get more, see more of it in the frame. They're very tall. It's the height of the magazine. What I did was keep the height the way that it is, and the cover of this is just the cover from the magazine, or the back cover, I don't remember, that I covered in packing paper, and then I just took a nice image from the magazine and put it there. Here I had this nice acetate clear frame, did a little collage on some fabric behind it, and that's the cover. The back cover is very plain, it's just an image, but it's beautiful. I mean, look at that. It's so really cute. Little puppy dogs, and the cat there. So yeah, so let me show you kind of what I did. Again, really celebrating the images from the magazine, and no different from times in the past that you've seen of my journals. Wherever there's kind of a lot of writing, or, you know, from the articles in the magazine, I just cover that with scratch paper. This time I turned it into a tuck spot. This was, I don't know, the middle of that spread. It had something about the spread in it that I just covered with this tea-dyed paper. Again, same idea there. This was obviously some writing that I covered with scratch piece paper. Here is another pocket there. some writing that I covered. So you kind of get the idea, right? So another pocket that I made out of some scratch paper. But this was some more scratch paper with some paint on it, covering some... Oh, I need to glue that a little better. But yeah, just using up my scraps and creating a really beautiful journal at the same time. It's from an old envelope with some really nice handwriting. And got a little half page here. It's just no-brainer kind of sticking paper down onto paper. That's really what this is. And then folding them into a signature, and then decorating it from there is super easy. I didn't add any other kind of papers in between. Like sometimes I would add tea-dyed paper as filler papers. I didn't do that here, and actually I really love the result. It's very random. Obviously, like I said, the images from the magazine are just gorgeous anyway, so you really don't need to do much. And I feel like it's a really great way to kind of break that barrier of the blank page when you're trying to think about junk journaling or just journaling anyway. I mean, you could write on there, maybe just kind of write around that arc there of the, I think it was a chair, maybe it's a frame. You could add a picture here and still see some of the background. So this had writing, and then I had a couple of these poems that I had messed around with, and I thought it worked well there, and it was in my scrap pile, so there it is. Kept some of the words, made pockets here and there for different pages. But yeah, so this was one way that I've been kind of using up that paper. I love this. Actually, I think this one's going to stay with me because I kind of really love some of these things. So every time I open this, I get inspired and want to do stuff in there, but then I never do. Actually, what it does is it inspires me to make another one of these journals, to be completely honest with you. I need to figure out the copyright from this magazine of Country Living Vintage. Has a strict copyright like Daphne's Diary does, which I hope they don't. It'd be disappointing if they did. But anyway, another kind of scrappy journaling card that I had in my stash, and I just decided to make a tip in out of it with some Tim Holtz washi tape. Yeah, so that's this journal. Probably in hindsight, if I was to do this again, I would definitely do it the same way. I might do multiple signatures, and I would definitely do a different type of cover. I love the cover, but I would add an actual spine because this one's gonna get alligator mouth super quick. But you know, that's all right. Maybe it doesn't get a lot of stuff added to it. It is a chair. Maybe it's just going to have some writing on there, and it's just going to act as that kind of a journal. I don't know yet, but I really enjoy having it in my stash. So there's that one that I really enjoy. So, and then here's the others. Some of these I've actually already started doing some journaling in. Some of them are newly created. These have been around a little bit longer. These two I just finished a week or so ago. So let's go ahead. I'm going to save these for the last because I've kind of started journaling here and there a little bit. I've got some ideas for those. Let's just start with this one. So this one's the latest and greatest. I like the size. So for the cover, the front and back cover, this is an accordion journal. So there's no sewing whatsoever. And I actually do want to make one of these with you guys just so you can kind of see how I'm doing it. But I'm taking like cereal box or cracker box or, you know, that kind of weight of cardboard, and this here was a scrap piece of paper from, I think, one of Meg's challenges last year that I thought I was going to participate in, but then I didn't. Maybe it was Junk Journal July. Anyway, I had it hanging around in my scrap box, and it was kind of perfect because the inside of this was all just white. So then I just took a picture from the Country Living magazine and covered that, and now we have a really great cover. And the writing, again, I just covered up with this piece of paper that actually, I guess, is a little tuck spot, so I could put something in there if I wanted, or just write whatever the journal is going to be about down there. Here, let me pull you down again so you can see even better. Sorry, there we go. Let's do that. So that way when I open it, you can actually see it all. So this one, again, I did the base of the pages, basically creating the accordion, and then from there kind of came back and covered writing or just blank spots, because I used this thinner scrapbook paper. I didn't use this particular one, but this would be the idea where, and I have used something like this, where you have the design and then the back side is obviously white. So it's a great way to use that kind of paper. That's a little thick. I would use the thinner paper if you have some of that. But yeah, I'll walk you through how I do it, but I just kind of want to walk you through this. So again, I'm just using some of these old envelopes that I had picked up. We've got a tuck spot there and then a tuck spot here. This is actually paper from the Dollar Tree. If you get one of their paper packs, it's kind of like a metallic purple. It's really weird, but it works in here. So, and it's kind of cool. They're not perfect, you know. I'm still trying to fine-tune the art of making them the right, folding them correctly on the edges, and then still at the top and bottom they tend to expand height-wise as I go. So I'm still trying to work that out. It's kind of frustrating sometimes, but I just laugh at myself. I've found some tricks that I do that kind of fix it, but they're not going to be perfect. So anyway, there is still some writing on some of these pages. This one I might cover because you're not really losing any of the important part of the image there. But some of them I'm just keeping because the image would suffer for it. But as you can see, I'm just kind of trying to stay within the color family if I can, and making pockets here and there as I go. Each of these are oh, I might need to fix, oh, that I remember now. That one was a short pocket because I forgot and I added glue all the way there, and then I remembered that I wanted to make it into a pocket, so it's a short one. But yeah, so again, just using mixture of the magazine paper, scrapbooking paper, scrap paper. We've got washi tape kind of covering some of these edges that maybe were white that I thought would look nicer if they weren't white. Here's another big pocket here. I absolutely love this spread. It's so much fun. There's a lot of room for writing on here, for adding photos or doing whatever. I think if you bought a new house, this kind of idea would be a really cool idea if you wanted to try and get some inspiration on decorating your house and themes that you might want to use. Really cool way to do that. I just happen to love this style. It's just kind of the style that I would like for my house and have incorporated in my house. Houndstooth maybe not so much. It's not my favorite, but it works in this, you know, and it's just kind of fun to see all the different colors and things kind of coming together. Doing things a way that you wouldn't normally do them. I would never put this kind of thing or this in any junk journal that I made, but here it works. It just works. And you know, if you really hate it, just put something else over the top of it that you like better. That's all you got to do. The cool other part about these kind of journals is they open this way too. So, you know, it's just one continuously long page if you want it to be that way. So, really cool idea. This was a scrap from another page that I had to cut for the height, and so then some of those can become really cool pockets or tuck spots at the top maybe. This page is so cute. I don't have kids, but if I did, I would, and a little girl for sure, I would be like, we're gonna put all girly things on here. But you know, again, it's just adding different elements here and there, using up washi tape. You know, we all have all these supplies that if you're like me, they don't get used as often as you would like them to be, and they just need to be used. So I'm just kind of trying to use them up that way. So I'll go a little faster now. But I think that, yeah, that I turned that into a pocket. This, I didn't love this page. It was a little clunky, but I think it works now a little better. I might still add some washi on this edge here, but it's not all the magazine. There's hints of it. I think this is a belly band, yeah, with lots of writing space and just journaling space. So really fun, soft. Again, I didn't cover this because I felt like it would probably take away from the image. Maybe not. Maybe you could just add a little pocket down there. I don't know. But every page is different. Every page is, yeah. I need to cover this because I don't want to have people in the journal that aren't my people. Because, you know, I don't know. I just feel like they should be covered up. But there's another pocket there. This was a really cool envelope that had this really nice inlay in it, and I kind of just love the whole envelope, and because of the size of this, I was able to tip the whole thing in and do it like that. So it's another idea. I think, yep, this is another big pocket over here, but obviously can do a lot of writing there. I think another pot, nope, this is just glued down. This was some watercoloring that I had done that I just absolutely loved the outcome of, and it was on thick watercolor paper, so it was really hard to incorporate sometimes in junk journals, but here it worked really well to cover some, I think, text there or something. I don't remember anymore, but yeah, so and book page turned into a pocket, that metallic paper again, and then that was some scrapbook paper there. So yeah, so there's that. Here is another one. I'll do quicker so that we are not here forever, but kind of the same idea, just in a different shape. So what I do is, and you can see this is it's kind of going uphill. I need to, I don't know, maybe it is what it is, but I just take apart boxes of food that we eat and turn them into these covers, and whatever the size of the piece of cardboard is the size of my journal, and that's kind of fun. And actually I have some that are like that size, maybe even smaller, that I'm going to turn into some little journals. So, and I love how chunky this one got. It got to be really kind of chunky. But here, let's just quickly flip through. I have added some journaling cards and things throughout that I had in my stash. Again, this is from the Dollar Tree little scrap paper pack. If you run across one of those, just pick one up, because not all of it's going to be something you're going to want to use, but there's some really cool stuff in there. Here's a little pocket here. And sideways, you know, it works. This is double-sided, so on the other side you'll see the other half, or the other side. These are some from a Rolodex that I picked up at an estate sale. Another one of those envelopes that I put this in. It's kind of hard to get in and out, so I'm not going to take it out, but you get the idea there. Really mixing colors and patterns and things, and it's all kind of fun. I don't know, it's wonky, and that's okay. It's alright with me. I don't mind that at all. Again, from that scrap paper pack from the Dollar Tree, not Goodwill. Still from that same paper pad. Again, that watercolor paper. I love this page. It's so nice and serene. Not my favorite. I would never do that color in my house, but hey, to each their own. This is another scrap that I had from some other kind of paper, and I turned that into another pocket there. And you remember that from the other journal that we just flipped through. Here I just kind of layered some different things. I love this page. This back cover is really kind of fun. And we've got another big pocket here. So went a little crazy with copper washi tape. I had a strip of it left, and I was like, well, I guess if we're going to use it, this might be the page to do it on. So that's where it ended up. Every page is very different. Some are thicker than others, just because of the way that it was constructed. But I'm trying to kind of do color themes on every different page. Again, with the scrap from the old envelope, it's a little too fragile. This actually I had printed on blue paper, and the blue paper is kind of ugly, but the way that this turned out was really cool. It had a, I don't know, I guess more of like this color of a print on it with the script, and it really ended up really neat. And so this was sideways, and so I just, it ended up that way. That's the other cool thing about these journals is as you're working on them, you're not quite sure how they're going to look in the end, but they always turn out really cool. It's kind of like the, if you've ever done the dashboard just of scraps and stuff, and you know, it's kind of crazy at first, and you're like, I don't know if this is ever going to work, but they always tend to. And yeah, so now we're back at the beginning. So there's that one. Okay, so then these last two, I'll go through this one first. This one might have been the first one that I did, and you can see I've gotten better. This one's kind of going out this direction. It's kind of going down the end, and I haven't even decorated this yet. The end cardboard page is kind of a wonky shape, and it's bigger than the front one because my pages tended to grow as I kept adding them. But yeah, so actually I did do a flip through of this. I was going to sell it, but then I decided not to, and keep it. This doesn't use any of the Country Living magazine. This is truly all just scrap paper, as you can see. And yeah, so this was from a Happy Planner, old Happy Planner. Just different print offs that I've done. Did some, I think this was just collecting paint or whatever ink I was using to protect my workspace, and then it ended up in this journal. Don't love that page, but you know, we're gonna cover that with something. So this one's definitely a work in progress, definitely a true junk journal. This is definitely junk. I did do a collage here on this page, so not my favorite ever. This is mail. This is why I kept this one. This is mail. This is some tax information from one of those envelopes that you get, you know, with your you know, private information on it. So yep, the back page hasn't been decorated yet. I'll probably add some washi here to kind of pretty that up a little bit. This was some watercoloring I was doing that had a stamp on the back behind. Here's an example of when you're using scrapbook paper that has white as a background. I will cover this with something else, but that's what I was doing in those other ones that where you didn't see any of that. So I did a first pass, and then I come back and then cover up with scrap paper. There you can see the blue decal on that. Here again, I just added this acetate piece to this page, and I think this washi here. But yeah, very much truly a junk journal, made from junk. This is all scraps here and just washi tape and stuff. So it's kind of crazy. It's ready for some true junk journaling to be done. So that's that one. And then here is this one where I've actually started collaging, and they get smaller and smaller, where I've started collaging and doing stuff. So, and really, there is no real cover of these. You could really start from any direction. I guess I just remembered this was the first page that I did on this one, so for me it's the cover. So in this one, again, it's a true junk journal. It's using all scraps, not using the Country Living magazine. And then I'm coming back and I'm adding Tim Holtz people or whatever other, I have some other, I think these were from AliExpress, these stickers, really cute little girls, and then I added this sticker. And then what I'm going to do is kind of collage for the person and then come up with a story for that person. So here you can kind of see this guy, he's looking a little rough, but I did this collage with some rub-ons and some ephemera here, and then I'm going to write his little story, whatever the story is that I've made up in my mind about him. Sorry, that was my boyfriend texting. Whatever I've made up in my mind about each person in here. Or, you know, I could even take this to like my family and say, hey, what do you think of this lady here? What's her story? And have them write about it. I thought that would be kind of a fun thing to do too, or friends or whatever. So so yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I kind of tend to create a story for every person that I'm whenever I'm collaging for, you know, with the Tim Holtz people or people, I kind of come up with a story for them for some reason in my mind. So anyway, there's some collages already done on here, but no stories have been written. I really like this guy. He's very happy. We've got some field specimen labels. So, and also what I'm using for the ephemera will become part of their story as well. His will be short because there's not very much room for writing here unless I add some paper to it. Here I've kind of started this idea again with the collage on this side, and then I decided that this guy works as a valet, but he really wants to be a botanist, and that's why he's got all these botany kind of things surrounding him. Here you can kind of see that blue paper peeking through. We'll see more of that on the other side. And again, you can see I'm not quite perfect at this. I folded a little bit too short, but it all works in the end. So this lady had dreams of Hollywood but couldn't make it and ended up as a secretary job working for a horrible boss. So I don't know where these things come from, but I don't know if you can see behind there, we've got strips of tea-dyed paper that I've turned into basically this page that I'll then just use as my page to write on. It's a little difficult to write on sometimes, but it, you know, it'll work in the end. This one I did very simply. I had this was a print off from a digital kit or something I found. And didn't really want to add more to the collage on this, but again, I'll write about this happy little couple here. And then I don't know if you noticed this down here, it's obviously not perfect there, but again, it all works. It's working just fine. So yeah, so this is this little book. Haven't really finished it yet. I'm kind of halfway through. I don't think I've got any people or collages on this side yet, but it's ready and waiting for people to be added. Again, I did that on the blue paper, so I'll have to find something that'll work with them. With the blue, probably cover some of this with something to write on that's more plain. Using papers I don't love. This is not my favorite pattern. Again, I'll probably cover a lot of this. But yeah, so you kind of get the idea. Again, I did the using up the strips here. This is probably easier to write on because it's horizontal. But ready for more people to be added to this one. So anyway, I hope you found this video interesting. Like I said, I want to kind of show you my process on how I'm doing this. I am sitting at my couch in the evenings as we watch TV or talk or do whatever, and I'm crafting and kind of getting my creativity out of my body that I need to do, and it's kind of turning into some beautiful things. So hopefully this has inspired you to maybe think outside your box and do something that works for you, that kind of gets that creativity out and into the world, whether it be this, whether it be drawing, writing, painting. I don't know what it could be. Maybe don't paint on your couch. That might not be the best idea, but anyway, I hope you enjoy coming along with me and walking through these fun little journals, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye guys.